Shalom, shalom, Brother Yair Banyinyo. Just coming with a lesson. I pray it'll be edifying to the flock. As always, before I get started, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahakodash. Double honors to the Apostle El's Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. We've seen a lot of stuff going on out here. A lot of these different countries, they're in uproars or protests in Bangladesh, Kenya, Nigeria. What's that one country? Venezuela. It's happening throughout the whole earth. We're seeing these things, where these things are unfolding. The populace of those nations, they're upset. Bangladesh Prime Minister, I forget her name. She had to flee the country. And now the military has to take over. We're seeing this stuff happen. It's unfolding as we speak. Let me pull this scripture right quick. Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Verse 3, therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, which we're seeing, there's uproars of the people in the world. Throughout the whole earth, people are in uproars because of the economy and hyperinflation. I got a news report I'm going to show you that touches on that. Then shalt thou well understand, verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things which those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Verse 5, for like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Verse 6, even so the times also the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. So we're seeing these things go down. They're happening. We're seeing that we're getting closer because Ezra, he saw end time prophecies. He saw what was going to be befalling this earth in the times we're living in now. And that's what this news clip is going into. Let me play it.
Nigerians in Lagos and Abuja took to the streets again to continue the economic hardship protests, despite President Tinubu's plea for suspension of the demonstration. The protest, tagged Days of Rage, are mainly against Nigeria's worst cost of living crisis in a generation and accusations of misgovernment and corruption in Africa's most populous country and a top oil producer, where public officials' huge earnings contrast high poverty and hunger levels. Here's a report by our correspondent Louisa Olaniyi from Lagos.
President Bola Tinubu's economic reforms that have caused rampant inflation had come to a head in Nigeria. Angered by the president's handling of the economy, thousands thronged the streets of Abuja and Lagos. The police were waiting for them, lobbing tear gas canisters. Some officers even shot at the protesters. Dozens were killed. Then the fury turned towards the police officers who were accused of extrajudicial murders. The president eventually had to give in and call for restraint.
Suspend any further protest and create room for dialogue, which I have always acceded to at the slightest opportunity. Nigeria requires all hands on deck and need us all, regardless of age, party, tribe, religion, or other divides.
However, that was not enough to stop the protesters. Just hours after the president's address, the protesters were back on the streets across both cities with the same vengeance and demands, and in bigger numbers.
Let him reduce price. The cost of living is too high. Let him do the right thing. Tinubu, we never hear you say anything where they better. Shebi dey hear me, Oga? Oga, do normal. You've not said anything that will help us, that would rather suit us. So therefore, we are not going to stop this protest. We'll keep protesting till you do the right thing.
That's not our president. He has not spoken. If he's our president, he knows what to say. Do you understand? I don't want to believe, and why you believe saying that AI, no be real Nigeria president now address us. Because you know if they address hunger, you don't mention hunger for months. 7 minutes speech that don't want to pay me inside, you don't mention hunger. You don't talk about hunger. You have to say, no, what with the protest. But it is said that so we get time to play. I don't even know. Or maybe he lacks empathy.
The protests were reminiscent of the demonstrations in Kenya that forced the President William Ruto to drop the controversial tax hike bill, reshuffle his cabinet, and introduce austerity measures in government offices. The Kenyan protests were also organized online by the youth or Gen Z. Taking a cue from their East African counterparts, around 1,000 people marched peacefully in the mainland area on Thursday, chanting Tinubu Ole, using the Yoruba language for thief. Officials imposed a curfew in Kano, as well as in the northern states Yobe, Katsina, Borno and Jigawa. In Nigeria's economic hub Lagos, a few dozen protesters gathered in the Ojota area on Friday. Nigerians are struggling with high costs. Food inflation is at 40% and fuel has tripled in price since a year ago. But many people are also wary about insecurity around protests.
It's day 5 of the nationwide protests, and protesters in Lagos, Nigeria are still out here protesting. There are no consequences. Not taking the president's plea to shelve the protest to heart. They say they will continue until their demands are met. We spoke about dialogue with the president as he has recommended, and they're asking dialogue with who? And most of the dialogues, most of the tete-a-tetes that went about during the entire protest never saw the light of day. Will the protesters continue up until day 10? Quite a lot has gone down. Millions of naira lost in the course of the first 4 days. Arson, looting, killings, accusations and counter-accusations. And Nigerians are still on the streets pressing their demands. From Lagos, Nigeria, Louisa Olaki. We on for this one.
For all the latest news, download the We On app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Why aren't you the landlord?
So you see what's going on in Nigeria. They're turning up. And like I said, this is happening throughout the whole earth. Different countries, they're turning up because the government, they feel the government isn't helping them out. They're pocketing the money, their taxes that they give yearly and whatnot. Hyperinflation is happening. It mentioned that gas consumption has went up a lot within the last year. I think they said, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was like 50%, somewhere around there. A lot of stuff is going down. People making videos on TikTok, YouTube, everywhere, because everyone is feeling something out here. They feel it. They know something is off. But they don't realize it's through the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai that these things are happening. But they feel it. They feel what's happening out here, and they don't like it. The starting from the apostles and elders of Great Millstone down to the least brother, we've been telling y'all for a long time, things aren't going back to normal. These are the beginning of sorrows, the scriptures mention. More sorrows are going to happen. They're going to be doing a lot of stuff out here to make it where you're going to be suffering. And it's going to get to the point where they're going to want you to get that thing in your right hand on your forehead, the mark of the beast. It's coming to that. Wait, more videos are going to be popping up with that as we keep seeing more things happening. So, hey, we're living in those times. Let me see. I had a scripture on there going to. Let me see. Let me find it right quick. Slovakia. It's let's see. Let's see. Slovakia. I'm gonna have them on deck, but let me see. Trying to remember where it's located again. It's in Second Ezra's. Trying to remember. Let's see. I'll read this one right quick. It's not what I was looking for, but this is a good one. 2 Ezra chapter 4, verse 37. By measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times. And he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. And we're living in those times. That said measure is being fulfilled. That's why you've seen things moving at the rate they're moving right now. Because we're in those times. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse out here. These things are going to happen. Yahweh Shema Shai has them set up. Because this world is wicked. And he has to bring this place down because of Esau, Edom, and the rest of the nations. And that's what we're seeing. I can't find that scripture. Dang it, where is it? It's let's see. Let me see. Hold on a minute. Trying to remember. Earth. Oh, there we go. I can't remember again. 2 Ezra chapter 8, verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. And we're seeing that right now. People have been walking in great pride out here. Very prideful. And look at all the things that's going down through the will of Yahweh Shem Shai. But understand thou for thyself and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. For until you is paradise open, the tree of life is planted, the time to come is prepared, plenteous is made ready, a city is built, and rest allowed. Yea, perfect goodness and wisdom. Talking about the elect, the 144,000 and that great multitude. Paradise has been opened for those Israelite men and women. Because they're going to be the ones walking after the ways of Yahweh Shem Shai. Because great miseries are coming to this earth. And only those people, we call them the hopeful elect. I pray I'm of that number. Only those people are going to be delivered. Verse 53 says, the root of evil is sealed up from you, weakness and the moth is hid from you, and corruption is fled into hell to be forgotten. This is gonna be peace on the earth. That's what we're heading into. But before we get to that, we gotta go through tribulation. Verse 54 says, sorrows are past, and in the end is shewed the treasure of immortality. Because the scriptures tell us that we're gonna be immortal. If we're of that number. And it's only for the elect. It's only for the Israelites. And then the 2/3 of our people are going to have to die here in this corrupt society, this kingdom that we live in. But they'll get to come back in the kingdom and be immortal also. But this is only for the Israelites. This blessing of immortality, the blessing of finally being able to, like the scripture says, finally being able, sorrows are past. We're going to sorrow finally be past. It's going to be gone. Corruption is fled into the hell to be forgotten. We won't have to go through the things we're going through right now anymore. That's going to be it. But again, we're going to go through a lot of tribulation before that time comes. And like you've seen in the video, a lot of that tribulation is about to come upon this earth. A lot of stuff's about to happen. This is why you're seeing all these people talk about certain things and they feel a certain way because they know something's up. So I just wanted to, bring that out. Salakia for not being able to go to the scripture quicker. I couldn't remember where it was, but through the will, Yahweh Shema Shai, I found it. So, hey, all praises. But I pray that it was edifying to the flock. Got to get back out there. Took a quick little break to bring that out. And again, I pray it was edifying. In closing, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the Apostle Elder Great Millstone. Shalom to a helpful elect. Shalom, shalom.